YouTube is taking a moment. Oh yeah, I'm up on Twitch for sure. It's gonna be tough to juggle multiple chat windows. I do know a few folks who might see my stream open on Twitch and come hang out. Yeah, I'm good on YouTube as well. Looks like I'm up. Ridge Roller Customs, hey, what's up? How's it going? I just finished recording the review video on the Ridge. Is it right at an hour? It took me an hour to get through all the details on that thing. I haven't edited it yet. I'll probably upload next week, maybe this weekend at the soonest. World's Best Dad, howdy. Hey, how's it going? Thanks for stopping by. Let me know if my audio and whatnot's okay. Oh, it looks like Streamlabs actually has a spot where I should be able to see the chat from both YouTube and Twitch. It doesn't look like it's working though. That would be cool if it works. Sweet. Yeah, Joe, I'm psyched. I love the bag, man. Spoiler. I think it's sick. Like it is. It really impressed me. Like I can't believe that for how much it weighs, which it is one of the heavier bags that I've ever tested. Its comfort is crazy. Like the way that you made the frame X, which leaves the back of the bag soft, is so huge. Like it really impressed me that with all of that weight, and I mean I had it loaded down as well, that it still remains a really comfortable bag to carry around. So job well done, man. Gustavo, audio good. What other disc golf bags or products are you reviewing next? So next I will either be carrying this Rebel. This is the Rebel V4. A fellow from one of my other YouTube videos commented and offered it to me, so I bought that from him. I've had it sitting here for maybe a week now. I haven't carried it yet. I'd like to get that reviewed before Upper Parks comes out with the V5. I think they're releasing it later this year. So I'm either going to carry that or I'm going to carry one of these guys here. And this is, I've got two bags here from DD that just came in. Let me grab a knife. Let me grab a knife and we'll get this open. Sep, yo, how's it going, man? Thanks for coming by. So look at this, right? That looks like this saw a little bit of abuse in shipping. This side of the box. Wait till I spin this thing around. This is just straight. This is straight carnage. Look at this, guys. Oh man, it looks like they added some extra tape to it because of the carnage that ensued. Luckily it's just soft goods in here, so we should be okay. Gustavo, the other thing I've got is, besides the DD, besides the Rebel, hidden up in the corner right there is an old MVP Voyager. I've had that thing for quite a while now and still haven't carried it. I like the look of the new MVP bags. I've been hearing some really good things about the new Voyagers. So that's Sep, you dirty man. That's another possibility. I'd really like to get into those MVPs soon. I'm kind of running into trouble with, like, I want one of my goals is possibly to be putting one video out per week. And I don't think I can do that with disc golf bags. Like, my content is going to suffer. Like, the hour long of footage that I just recorded for the Ridge V3, that's like, I can't get my brain wrapped around a bag like that in a week and crank a video out. And I don't really want like the detail oriented videos I do to suffer. So I'm gonna have to figure something out. Either I'm not going to be putting videos out every week, or I'm going to be doing some other stuff, some disc stuff, the other like hiking bags, things like that. So, Sep, will this turn into OnlyFans stream afterward? No, it won't. Joe, that scares me. What scares you? Oh, the knife? Hauker, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Hi, just recently found your channel and love it. Do you happen to know the difference between the Grip BX and the Grip BX2? So no, I don't. I've not owned either of those bags. I can't say for sure. I believe that the biggest difference that you're going to see between the BX and the BX2 is in the straps. That generation, I think, where they changed the BX along with the AX and the C, they made really nice improvement to the backpack straps. They're more ergonomic. I can't speak to any other change on the B series. I know that the A series, like that little hard ridge that you would feel push on your lower back, they carved that out a little bit. They might have done the same thing on the BX2. So the A series bags became a lot more comfortable in that same generation change. So maybe the BX2 is that way as well. Sep, I've heard of people liking their MVP bags. Yeah, I'm psyched to try them out. Like, I don't love the look of this one. I'm worried it's not going to be that comfortable if it's totally weighed down, but I never know until I actually carry them. Sep, could you quit your day job? Maybe, not likely. No, probably not. Joe, that box. Yeah, that box scares you? Oh, the damage to it. Yeah, for sure. Just Sticks, big fan of your channel. Hey, thanks. I appreciate that. Love it. Hawker, thanks, man. Yeah, totally. You're welcome. Let's get in here. Let's see what we got. Okay, so before I ordered these, I'd sent an email to DD asking if they would send me bags so that I could, you know, in trade for making a review or whatever. And I didn't hear back from them. And then, of course, I just go ahead and order bags. And when I placed the order, I wrote a note in there, again, kind of reiterating, hey, this is me. I sent you a message earlier. This is my channel. This is what I do. And they hand wrote a note in here, giving me a contact point. Maybe we can follow up. Sick. That would be sweet. DD makes a ton of bags. I'd love to be able to check out more of them without having to totally break the bank. Michael, thanks for your communication earlier. Did the Rebel come with a rainfly? Oh yeah, for sure, man. And thank you for the details you gave me on the Rebel. Yeah, I did get a rainfly with this one. It's right here. I haven't messed with it. It doesn't look like it's been used. Not very much by a previous owner. Some Velcro closures and stuff. Yeah, I got the Rebel, the V4 with the rainfly, and then I got 2 dividers. That was the other stuff that it came with. Tony, sitting here working and saw you are live, so I thought I would come see what you're up to. Yeah, Tony, thanks for stopping by. I got just finished recording review for the Ridge V3. It's a long one, almost an hour footage for that. I'll edit it and upload later. But I thought while I had the lights and mic and everything set up, I would just unbox these new DD bags that just came in. You enjoyed carrying the Ranger for about a year? Good value? I've heard some good things about the Ranger. Never tried one myself. When I ordered these, they only had orange. I forget what they call. I forget what they call this color exactly, but I had to get both bags in the same color. That crinkling has got to be super loud in my mic, I'm sorry. So this is the cooler version. And then this is the regular one. The most immediate way to tell the difference is how high that front zipper is. The super high front zip is on the cooler version. Sticks, got any bag recommendations in the $100 to $150 price range? Yeah, it depends kind of how big you want to go. The Fossa Skinny 2 is one of my most recent favorites that's in that range. Carries lots of discs, not a whole lot else. Also, the BP1 V2 and BP1 V3 from Prodigy. I think the BP2s are still out there. Recently, somebody commented that they were on Gotta Go Throw, I think still for sale. When those V2s were still out there, they were going for $100. And then the version 3, I think, retails at $150. Unfortunately, they're out of stock everywhere that I'm aware of. A bunch of bags are out of stock right now, so that's a big problem. But Sep, orange is the best color. Yeah, man, I don't mind it. It's actually two-tone, or that's 3 actually. This one's a little bit hard to make out, but you can see a little bit of a horizontal line there. There's a third shade in there, so it's got some lines to it. Hauker, how many disc golf bags have you got? Too many. I keep trying to sell. I'm trying to sell 2 right now. I know that if I open up and am willing to ship, they may be a little bit easier to get rid of. Generally, like I've got a Grip CS2 right now I'm trying to sell for $150. I think that's a great deal. It's hardly used, you know. My goal is not to have a ton of bags. I'd really like to get them in, review them, and then get them out. On occasion, I wish I still had them around for a comparison, like recording the review for the Ridge V3 today. I kind of wish I would have had my old Gorilla Boy sitting here, but it costs too much, and I lose money every time I sell one. Hopefully, I'll start, getting stuff from more and more manufacturers, and they'll be willing to just send stuff to me so that there's a good independent review out there on their bags, and then when I sell them, I'll make a little bit of money. So hopefully that starts to work out. Sep, the Fossa Skinny 2 at 109 is really nice. Yeah, for sure. Free Rainfly, yep. Tony, the Fossa does carry a ton of disc for the money and is light. It feels really light, even loaded up. Sticks, I got 16 discs currently, not really looking to expand further than that. Either of those other bags that I mentioned are too big for 16 discs. I'm not sure what to tell you in that size. It might actually make more sense for you to look at one of those MVP Voyagers. It's hard for me to recommend a bag I haven't tried, but it's something to look into. How much are the DD Commanders now? 130? It doesn't show on here. Yeah, they've got to be close to that. I think I spent $260 or something for both of them shipped. Can't keep that excess bags till you get them free, or videos cover the reviews. Joe sent it for free. Ridge Roller Customs, and I appreciate that, man. That's such a good hookup. You're the first one, and I give you a shout out in right at the beginning of the video and cover that stuff. That's huge, man. I appreciate it. You reached out to me quite a long time ago. Joe is the man. Even not just sending me the Ridge that you see here, not just sending me that bag for free, but he made himself available. Like every time I encountered something on him, I was sending him messages, and I appreciate it, man. He was getting back to me, letting me know all the answers to all the questions I had. So, Ridge Roller backpack review, Jake. Yeah, I just finished recording a view on this guy right here. It's a beast. I don't want to get into it too much right now. I want to get in, check out these DD bags. But I got to edit the review that I just recorded. I'll probably do that in the next few days and then probably pop that review out next week. So keep your eyes peeled. Man, I wrote that terribly. Yeah, Seppa was a little bit hard to read. You made it seem as if I'm not good at reading by how poorly you wrote that, but that's okay, dude. Can't keep the excess bags till they're free or the videos cover the cost. Otherwise, it's better to flip. Yeah, for sure. How much is the Ridge Roller? $279. Favorite bag? The Pound Octo Haul that you see right here. That's a custom one. I got to pick the colors on it. It's hard not to love a Pound bag, man. They're super comfortable, and it means even more when you get to design it, right? Free Finger, hey Doth, have you noticed some brands using more natural chemicals coloring? I'm looking for something not so toxic. Been looking on the grip ones. I can't answer those questions for you. That's stuff that would be hard to get out of manufacturers, honestly. They're not going to be too quick. You're not going to be high on the priority list, I would say, to get questions like that answered. And I'm not good enough, like looking at fabrics and things, to know hardly even what they are, much less like what's been dyed or whatnot. It's hard sometimes just to figure out where a bag's been made. Grip's certainly a good choice. Even if you end up not liking the grip, like that name is so strong, it's not a hard bag to resell. Okay, so the first thing that I want to do with these is weigh them. Let me get some tags off here, make sure there's no extra packaging material inside, and we'll bust out the scale. Another thing that caught my eye, I was trying to look on the pictures of these two different commander bags online and figure out what might be different. Of course, the height of that front zipper really stood out. The other thing is that the cut on these pockets looks different. We'll find out if that's really the case. Why is this thing jammed in here so tight? Kamikaze, hey Doth, have you ever thought about doing an in the bag video? I'd love to see you explain your disc choices. Yeah, I plan to. I was talking earlier about struggling with the idea of cranking out one video per week, which I would love to do. And that maybe the way to make that happen is by putting out some simpler videos, and in the bag would be super easy for me to record, so I think I'm going to use that. The honest truth is that the discs that I have in my bag change like crazy. I own too many discs. I've been trying to get rid of a lot. I've sold a lot this year already. But when new stuff comes out and my buddies hand me discs and they fly cool, I can't help but just try new stuff out. So my bag actually flexes quite a bit. But I think it would be fun. It'd be fun to do in the bag. Okay, this is Velcroed in. The cooler's got Velcro on 3 sides. Interesting. So that's the hook side at 3 different places vertically, and then inside the bag it's a bunch of horizontal. Inside the front there's 2 horizontal pieces. It's hard to see the lower one. On the bottom there's 1 horizontal, and on the back there's 2. So that means you can kind of shift where that cooler sits, moving it back and forth. Sep. OGIO may have some statements out there since OGIO makes so many other bags, etc. Oh yeah, referring back to, you know, fabric quality and how they're dyed and whatnot. Yeah, that's a good call. Free Finger, thanks man, I'll try an AX4. Yeah, I mean AX4 is solid. Ongo, favorite disc? Ooh, that's hard. Firebird. Sexton Firebird. Liking the habit much? Yeah, Sep, I throw it every round. I haven't messaged you about that, but I'm considering picking up a couple more now. I used to like for a good chunk there, one of my friends and I started throwing just an ultimate style frisbee back and forth for warm up, and like it's such a cool way to warm up. And the more I've thrown the habit, I realized that I can just pretend I'm throwing an ultimate disc, and like it flies so true. It's amazing. It's got this. For those of you guys that don't know, this is the disc I'm talking about right now. Plastic Addicts Habit. It's a 3.5 neg 10. It's a super large. It's a large diameter disc. You can see how high it pokes up compared to another putter right there. And the glide on this thing is insane. Like I found that when I throw it out, I can put it on like pretty healthy hyzer, and it still kind of just drifts right. Like it does crazy stuff. It just wants to go so straight. Like I have a lot of trust in it already. Wrecked to Death. Yo, shout out. What's up, man? Wrecked to Death. I like your channel. If you guys haven't seen Wrecked to Death, I think you can probably just click on it and it'll pull you through to his channel. I was hoping you'd review some DD bags soon. Yeah, you got it. Sep. Oh, cool. So you could do discs on the side, etc. Yeah, moving the cooler back and forth. Exactly. That's their intent. Discs on both sides, or it looks like you can move it so far that you would have just the cooler on one side and discs on the other. Daniel, so pumped you were doing this. Hey, thanks. I like surprised to see so many people hop in the chat. I thought this might be kind of just a graveyard here with me just doing my thing. Jiraiya, interesting. Good timing on this. Been looking to possibly get a commander cooler. That was my dog. Lola's right below me. Sweet, yeah. I'm about to pull weights on these to see what the difference is. Sep, Infinite dropped a bunch of habits. Ooh, Infinite did. Okay, I gotta go look. I know they were in sight on Plastic Addict's website. I showed them. I've been handing that to different friends, and one of my friends immediately went out and ordered a few. Mainline is more like ESP versus the top line you have is more Big Z-ish. Good to know. Do they have one in a baseline? Is it just those two plastics? Do you know, Sep? Let's get the scale out. It's going to hit my keyboard. Hopefully it doesn't. I'll do it this way. So we're going to go to kilograms because everything in disc golf is metric. Daniel, don't forget the pencil pocket / scorecard. Seriously. I was playing League last night at a private course, and old school scorecard was a must. Yeah, I look, where is it? One of my buddies does a bunch of cool stuff with wood, and this has become one of my favorite things. This is just a little bit wood board. It's like slick on the back, and then it's textured on the front. This light. That light's not the best when I try to get something close to show it off. A little textured on the front, and then he's burned in scorecard 801 disc golf. That may be something you guys hear about in the future. I hope I'm not spoiling this for him too much. You can see the little heart in the Utah there, and it's reusable. You can kind of see the ghosting on there. I think it's so cool. Like, I love writing my score down, but the experience is that much cooler when you've got like a custom wood card like this. And that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 27 uses. And like it's just good forever. I think these things are so cool. I hope he doesn't mind me showing them off. Elliot, oh my god, that color on the Commander, I love it. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. I like the, let me get this light back on. I like the triple orange on there. Jiraiya, and your channel is a must for anyone looking to get a disc golf bag. Been binging on the channel the past couple weeks. That's an awesome compliment. Thanks, I appreciate that. Elliot, Commander is one of my favorite bags of all time. mainly because of how easy it is to take discs in and out. So practical and nice. I like the idea of the open top. I kind of was talking about just enjoying the vertical disc storage in the video that I just recorded for the Ridge, and the Fossa also has that. SEP. The only one, they only have those two plastics for the Habit. But if you hunt down a 2011 Ace Race Zeppelin, which is the same mold, they came in a Pro D and Big Z. You own 2 Pro D. Yeah, I probably won't search that hard. Knowing me, I'd fall in love with it and not be able to replace them. I try not to do that. Hauker, any recommendations for a bag that has waterproof bottom, handles rain well without a rainfly? Been using the BX here in Iceland, and weather conditions have not been easy on it. I don't have a quick answer for that one. I think that like what immediately comes to mind is get a bag that has a better design rainfly. And I'm still not sure where to send you there. Yeah, like the BX rainflies, they don't even cover, or sorry, I can't speak to the BX, but the grip rainflies, they don't even cover the bottom of the bag, do they? You need to look at like the rainfly for the pound bags, for example. Those wrap all the way around the bottom. I need a little... box or something to put on here to make sure the straps of the bags don't like fall down and make sure the straps don't fall down and mess up in the scale. Maybe this will work. Okay, 0 it. And I need to open my file that I put this stuff in. I'll just scribble this at the top. Okay, so first one is commander cooler. See what we got here. And that's not tall enough. My straps are still trying to... Sorry, I need both hands. What is on the bottom of this bag? Oh, what the heck? It's got 5 like big bubbled feet and one right in the center. How am I supposed to balance that? Oh, that actually works better. None of the feet are touching. So 2.29 kilograms. That's on the cooler version. Yeah, I got the same 5 big bubble feet on the regular commander. This isn't going to work. I didn't know this was going to be like the hardest part, is trying to troubleshoot and figure out how to get these bags on here. Okay, so I'm putting cardboard on also and zeroing again. .04. So, to make sure, this is a high quality scale. I really shouldn't have to worry about calibration or zeroing or anything. But I usually still take another bag I've weighed in the past just to check it. Let me go look. I'll read chat here again in a second. Yeah, nailed it, 1.91. So my calibration was good. Get this scale out of here. Joe from Ridge Roller. Hawker, the bottom of the bag is made of a hybrid rubber, totally waterproof. Yeah, Hypalon is what the bottom of the Ridge V3 is made of. But I guess what I'm thinking is I don't know how hard of how wet of conditions you're talking about there, Hawker. Like, yeah, Joe's right with the material that's on the bottom of this bag, but if you're setting it down in an inch of water or tall, wet grass, like you're still gonna have moisture absorb, like into these parts, and then that's gonna get moisture on your back or whatever. So I'm not totally clear just how like waterproof you're really talking. Sep, hard bottom of Ranger H2O is the only thing that pops into my head at first. Yeah. Sep, get that money right. Yep, working it. Grimy, have you looked at the V3 Ridge? I'd love to get your thoughts compared to the Grill Boy. Yeah, Grimy, it's very timely. Just before I started this live stream, I finished recording my review of the V3 Ridge. That's the bag that I just pulled up into camera. Joe's in the chat here from Ridge Roller Customs. He sent me one out to review, and I really love the bag. It's awesome. It'd be really hard for me to recommend somebody get a Gorilla Boy over the V3 Ridge. The Gorilla Boy, I think, is going for $80 less right now. The seat is more comfortable on the Gorilla Boy, but to hear all of the things that I like better about the Ridge, you'll have to watch that video. It's going to be about an hour long, all the details I went through on the Ridge. Should be out next week, next 5 days or so. Samuel, you have all these bag reviews. Which bag is the best? I mean, it kind of depends what you're after. Like, it's hard for me to say what the best bag is because a lot of them are built for specific uses. So it kind of depends, like, how many discs you want to carry, what climate you play in. Those sorts of things can give different answers. My favorite bag is the Pound Octo Haul right behind me here, and partly because it's a custom built one. I got to pick all the fabrics and the colors, and like that really makes it special. Plus, I can carry a ton of stuff, and I do tend to play with a heavy load. Joe, just hit me up for overseas shipping. Oh, yep, you're referring to the other guy there for sure. Nico, flip the top disc upside down. I don't know what you're talking about. Sip City, disc abuse on measuring weight. Hey, go easy there. Tony, Hypalon is super durable. That is what is used on high-end inflatable rafts. Good choice for the bottom of the bag. Heavy compared to nylon, though. Tony, yeah, when Joe told me what material that was, I went and searched it out, and I talk about that a little bit in the video that I just recorded. And like feeling it, I didn't think that it was like some crazy durable material. It's kind of tacky and sticky, like there's friction to it, which I worried, like if you're setting the bag down and sliding it, that really like sticky material on the bottom might grab a sharp stick end or something and then get cut or a hole poked through it. But then when I started looking at what they use that material for and like rafting and whatnot, I was like, okay, it's tougher than I think it is. Elliot, have you ever tried to take the bottom of the stiffener take out the bottom stiffener and bottom rails on a grip bag? I've not. On my BX2, I took out the back stiffener and it got better. So the problem I have with removing stiffener panels like on the back or the bottom of the bag is that a lot of those types, that style of bag, needs that there in order for it to stand up and stay rigid. Took it out and it got better, but maybe I could remove the bottom to pound bag style. Yeah, I might get too tipsy if you do that. Howker, tall, wet grass is definitely the problem. Yeah, yeah, that can really soak stuff, man. There may be some others in the chat or research that you could do on different products that you could apply. There certainly are some like waterproof type additives that help moisture bead and run off. a lot of nicer like backpacking bags and some gear like that, jackets and whatnot, they'll come treated to repel water, but they only do it for so long. And if you really want to keep that, you have to retreat them. So you may be able to find a product like that that you can put on whatever bag you choose and help it stay dry. DGD, I love watching your views. Keep up the good work. Hey, I appreciate that. Thanks. Oh, disregard your comment. You were talking about balancing the discs. Okay. Yeah, no worries, man. The comments to video could be lagged on one end or the other. So, Brad, your shirt is so rad. Thanks, man. Yeah, I just bought a few new shirts because I knew I was going to crank out a bunch more videos and didn't want to be wearing the same thing all the time. So. Well, that looks pretty close on the cut on those side pockets. Alex, I'm going to buy a BP1V3. Do you really think it will fall apart as you said in the video from it? I don't want to buy it if you really think it will fall apart at the seams. I cannot answer that question in depth and in an honest way. Like, that's one of the downsides of the way that I review bags and how many I'm trying to do. I don't get like long-term use and abuse to see how well they'll last. So I'm afraid I'm not the right person to ask that question. And the V3s haven't been out long enough really for anyone to be able to tell you how long they'll last. But if you do some searches online, different forums and whatnot, you may find the answers you're looking for. Freefinger, do you ever use a cart like a Zuka? I've owned a few different Zukas, bought and sold them. I currently have a Rovik, which one of my buddies made a sweet mod for, and I do push that sometimes. It's not the right way to test bags, but in tournaments and stuff like that, it can be really nice to have a cart. Sep, honestly, more I think is instead of a bag going cart. Yeah, except you missed some words again. But carts are nice. It really just takes the load off your back, especially like playing with the Ridge V3. It's really made me want to order one of the Ridge roller carts to stick that on top of because they look sweet. I think it would just be an awesome setup. Tony, get a DWR coating for water repellency. I knew you might know. I knew you would have some answer there, Tony. I don't know what DWR stands for, but Tony's definitely a good guy to listen to for advice on stuff like that. So I totally trust that answer. Tyler, I second. I'm sure it's been asked, but have you ever used or viewed one of the bags that Philo uses? Yeah, I have, and I've got a video out on it. So that's the Guru YME is the bag that you've seen Philo use. It is gone through a couple different iterations. The most recent one is the V3. There was also a batch made and branded for Discmania, and Discmania called it the Expedition bag, I think is what they called that one. But yeah, check out my YouTube channel. I don't know if you're on Twitch or if you're on YouTube right now, but you can look for the Guru YME, and it'll pop right up. It is interesting. Sep, Ridge Roller has carts. Zuka or whatever brand Ricky uses. Ricky is using a cart made by Ridge Roller Customs. So Ridge Roller Customs makes a cart that's like a backpack style cart specifically designed to carry the Ridge, but I think you could outfit it to carry like a lot of bags would fit there. And then they also make a R3, which is a top that sits down on their other cart. So it's like you can configure it different ways. Excuse me. That's what Ricky's using is the R3 by Ridge Roller Customs. Joseph, I miss your disc research. Thanks, man. Yeah, I've still been researching discs and collecting data. I just haven't been making videos on the discs. Really, the biggest obstacle that I have there is getting good flight footage of the disc. I bought a drone. I thought that was going to do the trick, but that camera is still too wide angle. I have a solution in mind. and it's like $2,600. Really, that's the bottom line. For me to do disc review videos the way I want, I'm going to have to invest another chunk of change. I'm already in the red pretty big this year with different upgrades I've made to the channel, so I'm just trying to wait a little while. But I would love to get back into doing the disc reviews. Your bag videos have been incredibly thorough, though. Thanks, I appreciate that. Tyler, cart must be the move. Debating between the Zuka and the AX4 or BX2. Black Burninator, sweet. I'm here for this. Thanks. Appreciate it, Black. Thanks for stopping by. Elliot, it did get a bit more tipsy with the back stiffener out of the bag. Yep. But it works okay. Awesome. And I did bend up the back edges of the bottom plastic inside the bag. Now it doesn't poke my back. There you go. That sounds like a good mod. Sep, I'm selling the Discmania one right now. Oh, that's right. I forgot. Sep picked up one of those Philo bags, the Discmania branded one, the Expedition, whatever it's called. I don't want to ship, but getting no bites. Shipping a bag it's so expensive. Like, yeah, that's a tough one, man. I'm sure somebody will come around on it. Chief, it baffles me that Grip EQ wouldn't put D-rings in the AX. Yeah, I like kind of glazed over that because I just don't really use those D-rings, but you're not the first person that's like taking a hard stance on it and is, you know, frustrated that they made such a simple oversight. To me, hanging things on your bag is crucial. Yeah, I know it is for a lot of people. That's just not me, so it didn't really seem like a big deal, but I hear you. Alex, so as far as the commander bag you're holding goes, for those long days, do you think you could hold a few drinks in large side pockets? Let's find out. I got drinks right here. It's got a holder there. We can put another one in there. Which one is this? Oh, this is the cooler one. Yeah, sure. Why not? I don't know that we're gonna, if we put cans in here, yeah, it's gonna be bowing out quite a bit. H Superman, love your how to find the right destroyer video. Thanks, I appreciate that. It helped me find my bomber disc. Ricky Saki bomb stamp. Dude, Saki bot stamp. I have not tried any of them that have the Saki bot stamp, so I don't know how those are flying or how much they vary. Flat rim, best throws ever. Yeah, those flat ones will just bomb. I mean, yeah. And I just got a Philo one with some dome and a flat rim. Ooh, I'm jealous. I like the color glow. Those glow Philos are sweet. Superman, also waiting on the right Octothorpe to drop. Yep. Tony, for the guy looking for to repel water on his backpack, Revivex durable water repellent in a spray form. Okay, so that you referred to DWR earlier, and that must stand for durable water repellent, and then Revivex is a brand. I'm sure. Let's take a quick look. This is where I really hope something weird doesn't pop up in my search history. Actually, I know, I just won't share the screen until I look at Revivex. Yep, it auto-populated the rest. Okay, how do I do this? Left display capture. Boom, we're in there. There you go. There's some water repellent for you. Durable water repellent in a spray form. 14 bucks. Restore the DWR coating on Gore-Tex jackets and waterproof breathable outerwear with Revivex durable water repellent. Over time, DWR on technical gear wears off, and the fabric gets dirty and absorbs water. Regular waterproofing treatment of rainwear, softshell, ski pants, Gore-Tex, blah, blah, blah. Clean it and then apply this stuff. You'll be home. Thanks, Tony. Sorry, I got interrupted. We were seeing how many beverages we could stack in here. So I can fit 2 in the bottom, and it's bowing. It's bowing that thing out like crazy, so I can't fit a 3rd. But I can start stacking vertically. There's 4, there's 5. Zipper stress test. Yeah, there's five beverages in the side. So yeah, you could pack this thing full. It really does look like it's the same. It's the same side panel on this one. This is the cooler one that I just packed up. I'll throw some beverages. We'll see if I can get the same 5 in the normal commander. Nico, you should do in the bag video one day with your octo haul. Will do. I'll probably in the next 1 to 2 months, I'll have an in the bag video out there. Nico, also this is so sick briefing us Fralfers. The high quality content we deserve. Amen, brother. Hey, I appreciate that. That's an awesome compliment. Thank you. Tyler, ASMR level audio quality, man. You like how I pull those zippers? Sep, DJI Hurricane's where it's at. I've not thrown a Hurricane. Consistent on each run too. That's what I like to hear. I'll have to check out a DJI Hurricane. Black. Down for the climbing bag vids you hinted at recently. Any interest in backpacking bags? Seems to be an area with a lack of your quality content. That's a good compliment. Thank you. Yes, I actually have a couple different, like the orange right here, that orange bag you see, that is what I use when I'm sport climbing. I've used a couple different backpacks for sport climbing. I'm not sure like how like valid that use case is. I don't know if I'm gonna get into reviews on stuff that I use for bags that I use for sport climbing. I've definitely been bouldering more now, and I like use bags in weird ways when I'm bouldering. Mostly actually carrying them on my front because I have like a massive stack of crash pads on my back. I'm just carrying like a ridiculous amount of weight in weird ways. And I think I am going to keep reviewing that. I've got a couple more things that came in today. This is another backpack here, a 511 bag that I think I'm like slightly changing like what duffels and whatnot I use when I go camping, and I think that's going to be one of my big dump bags, not one I actually hike with, but yeah, it's a big one of their 72. It's a Rush 72 or something like that. Joseph, how often do you play rounds? I have played the last 2 days in a row. I got rounds in. I've been dealing with a lot of injuries recently. I've really jacked up my wrist. I don't know if you want to see. It's kind of gross. Like remnants of this bulge, tumor, something on the back of my wrist, and I'm right-handed. That's my throwing hand. So that sucks. Like it's really rough. That's been forcing me to do longer and longer rests between rounds, but it is slowly getting better, and it's trashed my elbow. So it's frustrating. I actually was going to be playing a tournament this weekend, but I've been dropping out of tournaments just because I can't practice enough, and that's frustrating me. And if I'm frustrated when I'm throwing discs, I'm doing something wrong. So I've been trying to find that happy balance where I can just enjoy playing with friends and play as much as possible. Unfortunately, it's a little bit hard for me to stay healthy right now. Sep, join #DGA holes in the chat, and we can tell you the run differences. I think I am. I think I'm in. No, I'm not. If you guys don't know what Sep's talking about, it's the Disc Golf Podcast. It has a Slack group. That's where I met Sep, actually, is from that. Listening to the podcast and then joining the Slack group. It's a really cool community. I actually, like, I don't know. I used to use Reddit. I used to use DGCR. Those are like the two communities that I interact with. And I'm pretty much don't do anything on either of them anymore. I get all my disc golf stuff that I need from the Disc Golf Podcast Slack. If you guys don't know the Disc Golf Podcast, you should Google that and check it out. It's the only disc golf podcast that I listen to. I had to scroll up a little bit. Oh, Bestologist, glad to see you're making more content. Love it all. Thank you. Tony, lulled the like pulled the zippers. Yeah, I don't know. It probably sounds good if I get the zipper real close to the mic, you know. Sep, run difference is mostly being plastic variation. That's on DGA Hurricanes. Elliot, if you do the DDG Ranger in the future, keep in mind that the Ranger H2O is very different. I'd like to do both. They're both on my list. It's bigger and a lot better in a lot of ways, in my opinion, but people seem to prefer the Ranger in general somehow. That's a good tip. Thank you. I do intend to get both. Not sure when. Tyler, I like both the zipper sounds and the cans clinking. Yeah, there we go. Sep, 511 bag should be 311. After that hit 90s band. I don't know enough to dispute it. Daniel, what are your favorite smaller company disc brands right now? We were talking about the Plastic Addicts Habit earlier. Sep actually sent me one, and that's about as small company as it gets. I guess the mold was a Discraft mold originally, so it's not from a small company. I've been in communication with AGL a little bit recently. I've not thrown any of their stuff, but I have a few discs that I should have my hands on soon. I'll get to test them out. Alex, do you think you'll ever do a round coverage? I'd love to see you play one. That's possible. Some of the disc videos that I do, I'm definitely throwing. If you want to see me rip a few, I could do some fun stuff. I've been thinking a little bit about doing some videos about disc golf etiquette, because some of that stuff just drives me nuts, like playing through people, returning discs, stuff like that. And some of that definitely could be a video that we do out on a course. If I'm going to film out on a course, I'm not happy with the current camera setup that I have, different cameras, so that's not also why I've not been doing disc reviews. I need to invest a huge chunk of money if I want to have a good camera outdoors. Jay, unpopular opinion, I think the crown on the Dynamic Disc logo is really tacky. It's literally the only reason I don't buy their discs more. Wipe stamp every time. Yeah, sure. Sep 311 is a terrible band. Guys, we caught him. He's embarrassed. I think he probably actually really likes 311. AGL is rad. I like their putter called Ponderosa. Is that the understable one? If that's the understable one, I think that's one of the ones I've got coming. Chatted with him on Instagram, and next door they sent me 2 free discs. That's awesome. Of molds you hadn't tried. Yeah, that's sweet. Tyler, also curious of your opinion on Streamline plastic. Never thrown it, but only heard good things. Appreciate all the hard work. I do have a few Streamline discs right now, and they feel awesome. I think the plastic is great. MVP is Axiom, Streamline, whatever. They definitely got their stuff figured out. Ponderosa is the understable one. Yeah, I think I will have my hands on one of those soon. Should we put some discs? Put some discs in these bags? I put all these cans in and haven't put any cans in a cooler yet. Streamline is the same plastic as MVP and they feel really good. Yeah, that orange is bright. It's super bright. I wish I would have had the option to get, one different color so that I could tell these two bags apart easier and they'd stand out. It's, more unique in two different reviews. So, okay, so if I line this up, oh yeah, I can push it fully left, fully right, or change which way it opens if I want the flap on the cooler to open forward, or flap on the cooler to go towards the back. If I fold this down, that covers the rear Velcro attachment. It's kind of weird. Whatever, I still have Velcro on the front and bottom to hold it in place. I probably want the flap going back, and then I can tuck you could tuck the flap back that way too if you wanted. Is the Fierce your putting putter? I am totally switching right now between Fierces and Lunas. Actually, these are the two that I've had out for the last couple rounds. A Luna and a Fierce. I really like the Fierce. It is so straight, especially on longer putts. And for those of you guys that don't know, I'm up at elevation. I'm around 5,000 feet, so I have like a little better appreciation for understable discs than many others might. This looks like it's going to be a 6-pack. If there's any wind at all, or depending how I'm feeling, I'll throw the Luna instead of a Fierce. Yeah, that's a 6-pack in there, and I have room on top. So, actually, hold on. I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab a ice pack. Lola, I just wanted to try a couple different ice packs in there. Elliot, I used to roll that main flap up, and it sticks a bit somehow. It's a bit wonky, can it be? But it can be worked around. Rolled it up. Okay, I'll check it out. Tony, I prefer the Fierce as well for long putts. Oh, Tony, I didn't know you were putting with Fierces too. Yeah, they're great. Elliot, so I can use the Velcro. Okay, so you think it is valuable enough to have the Velcro hit the back that you get that flap up. Well, Humpty Dumpty. Hey, bud. I love the content and super happy to see you're releasing a lot of new vids lately. Sorry if this was already asked, but you're going to do more disc reviews. Yeah, we've talked about disc reviews a couple times. The short answer is that I need a new camera to do that the way I want, and it's too expensive for me to invest in right now. Tyler, appreciate the stream plus questions answered, man. Bye, guys. Oh, yeah. See you, Tyler. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Thanks for the compliment, Humpty Dumpty. That's awesome. Okay, so I've got a bigger ice piece here. That's actually like that's a perfect fit. I wouldn't put it on top, of course. I'd have that under the cans. And here's like a couple different shaped ones. Yeah, those guys don't fit as well as you could see, but kind of depending on how many beverages you're trying to get in there. This is a perfect fit. It's a 2-pound Yeti thing. Okay, so I got 6 in my cooler, and I'm gonna start pulling stuff out of my main bag and stick it in here. Except I used to have the non-cooler version, and you can tri-fold and tuck the flap, tri-fold and tuck the top in. Looks like you're talking about, oh, there is like a little, thing here where that drops down about that much. Yeah, it's the same on the normal comnnader one. Yeah, it's actually this, like I can poke, yeah, there, you can see it right here. It's this height, this black piece is how much room you have to tuck. So it might actually be right along with these sewn points. This is actually cushioned slightly, and the cushion is crushed where those sew points are. So I could probably just fold with the sew points. Well, thanks guys. I couldn't have done that without you. Mystery solved. I will give you all credits. You'll all be in the notes in the review video for this. Black, what's your profession besides making the sweet content? I repair appliances. I'm almost 20 years in now that I have been an appliance repairman. So I go into people's homes and I fix refrigerators, ovens, microwaves, pretty much all big kitchen and laundry equipment. Okay, these are weird. There's two. This isn't going to work here. Huh. These feel super tight. Like that's trying to eject the putter above it. These aren't. Is this not where I put my putters? You know what this bag is missing is the freaking putter pouch right there. Like, look at that. A lot of times why you wouldn't want to put a putter pouch up front is because the zipper is too low. And, you know, the discs are going to pop up and be in the way of your main disc access. But there's two things on this that make it perfect. One, they have the zipper cut that high just to cover the cooler. And then also, this is full top access, unless you have discs like way bulging out of here. How sweet would this be with the cooler pocket there? What is it? The Ranger has one over here on the side. If they took the Ranger one and put it straight on the front, it'd be perfect. Sep. If you tell one more person about my OnlyFans, I'm kicking you out. That was sarcasm. Because I don't have an OnlyFans account. Okay, so I'm going to pop up my ridge over here, which has all my main discs in it. And if I was going to carry this, I have to really cut down. What are my most important things? Tactic, a meteor. I think the habit might have to. I'm not sure the habit makes the cut on this bag. What else am I gonna do? I've been throwing this roach a lot and this drone. As different as the roach and the habit are, probably just one of those is gonna make it. I've also got a comet in here that I like, but I'm not putting a comet and a meteor in. I probably need a buzz. It kind of depends what course. It depends what course I'm laying this bag out for. Some courses I know I can get away with more. Firebird, that's what I said earlier. Somebody asked me what my favorite disc is, or favorite mold, and I think it'd have to be a Firebird. Black, appliance repair is no joke, and you're helping people when they need that machine to keep the home working. Explains why you're thorough. Thanks. Yeah, it is a satisfying job. I mean, I love that I get to leave, 5 or 6 houses every day, and I'm like a mystery solver. That's how I treat it. I go in as a detective. I have to root out these weird problems. I love the process of diagnosing, especially when things get really difficult. And sometimes I am, I'm tracing circuitry on the back of control boards or dealing with greasy, heavy mechanical transmission stuff. So it gives me a lot of variety. It's kind of rough on my body some. Spend a lot of time on my knees and get, beat up, turning wrenches, screwdrivers and stuff all the time, but it's a cool job. I like it. Elliot, those loosen up over time, but 3 putters is max. Yep, I believe it. Jay, Dr. Destroyer, I love your breakdowns. Thanks, Jay. Appreciate it. Sep also says they'll loosen up. I could get mine to hold 3 on top and 1 in strap in front of it. What? You're stretching? You're not doing one disc in each like this? Why does that work? It does work though. Okay. I see, but yeah, when you do that, it's definitely adding more tension on on the lower ones, so that's going to be harder. I was thinking I would slide a driver there. That looks tight. I don't know. That does start giving me a whole lot more space, though. Okay, so I've got Buzz, Meteor, Tactic, Habit. That covers all the slow stuff, which means the Roach isn't going to make the cut. And then Firebird. I've been throwing this Hades a lot recently. I took them out of my bag because they were turning over too much for my backhand. But as my arm is starting to heal up, I'm throwing forehand a little bit more again. And holy cow, Hades is a straight cheater disc. They just go so far. It's crazy. Free Finger, have you tried any Castoplast? Just a bit. I've got a buddy who's got a stack of them and brings them out every once in a while. I love the way the plastic feels. The shape of the discs kind of bug me in my hand, and that's been a little bit hard for me to get over, but I definitely intend to throw them more. Jiraiya, I like that idea. Putter pouch on the front of the bag. Yeah, it would be sick. I think this is such a big chunk of real estate. To not use it is kind of weird. Crystal Ward, I don't know if I could lose so many discs for a cooler. I agree. Kind of depends. Think about this for like a 3-disc round. You ever done like a putter challenge or trilogy challenge or something like that? It could be perfect. You got all that extra space that works really well to carry all your extra water or beer or whatever you're taking, and you have a couple sweet spots to drop discs in. So it could totally work for that. Yeah, that cooler is huge. It says Elliot. I actually used to place a homemade smaller box in the main area, like half the size of the cooler, and then I could carry around 14, 15 discs or so. Yeah, I definitely stuff things like that on occasion, like in the ridge right here. I've got discs out of it now, but I've been playing with using a little bag with some towels and stuff in it, just to kind of help fill up the gap, and it can improve how some bags work. Matt, have you ever played at Maple Hill? I have not. Nope, that would be sweet. I'd love to. I don't travel a whole lot because of my dog. Everywhere I go, my dog goes, and that does limit some of the travel stuff that I would be doing otherwise. Seeing how much D cut down there is, I feel you want a beer bag just like a Zuka fridge saddlebag. Yeah. Jiraiya, perfect bag for short pad dubs. There you go. Does this still have water bottle holders? Asked Sep. Yeah, it does. They're kind of crushed from being from shipping. I dropped a 12-ounce can in one earlier. They're lightly insulated. No problem holding the big boy. It's elastic on top, which is kind of weird. It just gives it like this slight, I don't know why they did that. Retention. They're trying to make it so that it retains some bottles a little bit better than others. It just gives like the slight curl in. No drain hole. Swish. Just got here. Mind showing the cooler size real quick? Yeah. So I have 6 in there right now. 6 cans. They're kind of, offset and squished a little bit. I was just starting to put discs in here and kind of figure out how I'd carry it. You can see that there's still room on top. So like if you want more than 6, there's room to, lay a can down like that. Or I also busted out a couple ice packs from my freezer. Like here's a 2-pound Yeti ice pack, which of course I wouldn't put on top. That would go on bottom, but it fits in there just perfect. So it was totally a good hookup for a 6-pack of 12ers. We were also playing around jamming cans in other places. Of course, not going to keep them cold, but I got 5 cans in this skinny side pocket. If you are really, going crazy and rotating stuff in and out of the cooler, you can carry a bunch of extra cans besides what's in there. Man of Speedster. Should I upgrade from the Trooper to one of these? Trooper. Okay, so I'm pausing for a moment because I know they just came out with a paratrooper, so I'm kind of confused between those two. This is way more rigid than a trooper. Like, probably the only good thing I could say about the trooper is that it's fully soft, so it's kind of a soft bag. That makes it comfortable. It's super lightweight. I don't think that there's like really any durability on those things to talk about. I did order one, and I compared it to a bunch of bags a bunch of companies make similar bag, or it's the same bag rebranded for MVP and Innova. I don't know who all does them, but yeah, I think this would be a big improvement. I really can't say like overall plus and minus on this bag. Sorry, I scared my dog. I literally just pulled him out of the box, so you'll have to wait before I can really tell you. Some other people might be able to say better than me. Set probably to hold bottles better. Yeah, I think you nailed it. That little elastic on the top there is to hold bottles better. Cody, you might have answered already, but do you keep all the bags you review? I try to sell as many as possible. There's a few that are special to me and I'll probably not ever get rid of, like the that pound bag right there, the Octohaul that I picked all the colors and stuff and had it custom built. I'll probably never get rid of that one, but I'm not a hoarder, man. I don't have a whole lot of space. I mean, I say that, but some pictures or older videos, you've seen how many discs I've had in different bags and whatnot, but I really do try to churn through them, just gather information on them and then get them back out into the community. I've given quite a number of bags away and then give good deals on the others, but I don't like shipping, so I try to do it locally. Matt, what is your background? Engineering, appliance repair, home appliance repair, kitchen and laundry. Black, 2-pound ice pack plus a 6-pack and 2 full Nalgene's. Looking at a serious heavy bag. Yeah, exactly. That's what, weighing a bag only tells me so much about it. It also, it's important to see like how much weight it's built to carry, like design wise, how big are the pockets and whatnot. And then once you get it close to capacity, does it do it comfortably? I can't answer that yet on this. I haven't even had it on my back, so much less carry it through some rounds, but we'll get there. Man of Speedsters, thanks. I'm disappointed with about 2 years on the Trooper. I mean, it's not a very expensive bag though. Your expectations were probably higher than the amount of money that you spent. The Troopers, what is it, maybe a $30, $35, $40 bag, something like that. To get 2 years out of that's honestly great. Hard to expect more. Kabaya fan, longer commander bag user, and a couple things to note. Oh, here we go. This is the good stuff. The putter pockets do not hold their rigidity over the years, so they stretch out, I'm guessing. The vertical removal is very good, and while I did notice whenever cleaning discs. I'm not sure what you mean. Easy to clean the bag because of in the main storage area because it's so open, something like that. Thanks for those comments. Yeah, I could definitely see these. I could see this stuff stretching out over time. Millie Dooms. I used this bag for a few years, and then I got a Guru a month or so ago. Ooh, that's a sweet upgrade. How are you liking the Guru? That's an awesome color for it. Thanks, Millie. Yeah, this orange I think is pretty sweet. Oh, Kobaya. I don't know how you pronounce that word. That's what I'm going to say, though. Kabaya, the debris would fall into the bag. Okay, I misunderstood what you were saying. Yeah, without kind of the dome over the top that so many other bags have, with the putter pocket storage and whatnot, that kind of gets debris bouncing away. And with this, if stuff is just going to fall, like get up at high elevation, play under pine trees, yeah, I bet I just have a bag full of needles at the end. That makes sense. The straps were meh. Caused some hand issues on double rounds. No long pencil holder. Divider was worthless since the divider was worthless since the fly was unusable. Free Finger, if you had your own bag company, what would be the name of it and how much to get it going? I don't know. You guys should name my bag company right now. And then however much money you give me, I will use to start it. Like a quarter or something would be great. 25 cents. Do high medj, that's a hard one to pronounce. Dehai. I'm sorry. That's what I will call you. Well said, you get what you pay for. Yeah, very true. Kinnick. Whenever I throw a forehand, it wobbles out of my hand and loses a lot of distance. Anyone know how to fix this? Slow down. That is hard. That's a really hard one to fix. And honestly, there's some really good forehand throwers that still have a whole lot of wobble. So that may not be the best thing to target for trying to improve your forehand, is to get rid of the wobble. If there's something else that you don't like about your forehand, like you're inconsistent, you roll the disc over too much, turn it over into the ground, or you're looking for extra distance, it may be better to target one of those things and look for specific improvements on how to get better at that. And wobble on backhand, I definitely think is something that would, just straight away, like you want to diagnose and try to figure that out. But on forehand, it's just not as big of a deal. I definitely personally get really excited when I throw a good forehand and it doesn't have wobble. And it's just a hard thing to do. Really, to get advice of that sort, you need to be recording videos and watching them yourself, or putting them out there for other people to watch your videos. I can't give you any more specific recommendations without having an in-depth conversation about it or seeing video. Set, man, going over 2 years to any good bag of 150 plus will feel like a huge upgrade. I agree, yeah. As soon as you get into that 100 plus range, there's some good stuff. Matt, looking to upgrade to a bag with more storage after many good years with my Fade Crunch box. There's a lot of options. You also are making a pretty big jump in disc capacity, depending on what you get. Like the Grip BX2 might be about in the size you're looking for. Okay, the fastest disc I've put in here so far is a Firebird. I want to play with some faster discs than that. I've been giving this Roaming Thunder. It's a Discmania S-Line CD2. I've thrown a number of CD2s in the past. This one in particular, the dome on this. The dome on this thing is sick. It's super domey, and it's lightweight, 166 grams. Mostly forehand I've been trying this out. That's kind of the newest disc, one of the newer discs in my bag. Even though it's a very old disc, I just haven't had it in the bag much. So I'd probably go CD2, Hades. I'm going to throw two Destroyers in there. Is that gonna, oh, that fits actually better than I thought it would. So I still don't feel like I'm quite getting full. 3 putters, fairway, 4 drivers, 3 mids. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 11 discs. Plus a 6-pack. And I have room. I got room for a couple more mids in there probably. Calbia. It's a fish species. Calbia. Cobia. So I was saying the O wrong. Calbia. Thank you for telling me how to pronounce that. Calbia. I have no idea what kind of fish that is. Jackson, after this bag, can I see what the octohol looks like on your back? Yeah. It doesn't have, weight in it, of course. So it'll sit a little bit different, but I've already got this, the straps at the height that I would normally carry that thing. So that's where it sits. The camera I'm using has a super wide angle lens. Look at that. Look at the bag stretch when it gets to the corner. So that's kind of making it hard to see what that would look like normally without having it like right in the center of the frame. What were you curious about to see it on my back? Matt, sorry, click return too soon by accident. Looking to upgrade to a bag with more disc and non-disc storage. After many good years with the Fade, Grip AX, BX, or something non-grip. It's so hard to say, man. There's a lot of good bags out there right now. The two most recent bags that I've reviewed that have like really stood out and impressed me are the Fossa Skinny 2, $109. Lots of disc storage, comfortable bag, feels lighter than it really is when loaded up. Not a whole lot of storage for other stuff. And then the Ridge V3, which is what I just finished recording a video on. I'll have that review out next week. $279. It's in a totally different ballpark than the Fossa. It's got a seat on it. It's built to carry a ton of discs and pretty much anything else you could want. And it is a heavy bag. It's one of the heavier bags I've ever reviewed. But how comfortable it is makes up for so much of that. It's really an exceptional bag. Your bag company name, Doth Bag Tech. I can dig it. I can dig it. Calbia. Explanation. I rarely use the rainfly and packed the bag, placing the fly below the discs, so I did not have to flap it up every time. If you want it this way, you cannot use the divider. Ah, nailed it. Because when you put the flap down, you're covering the Velcro that you would be used to hold the divider in place. I see what you're saying. Totally. That makes sense. I'm not a big divider guy. I usually pull them out, throw them to the side. Littlest things, preferred CCW. I've only owned two, Glock 19 and then an FN 509T. I don't have the Glock anymore, so it's the FN 509. Those CD2s are cool. Yeah, the Roaming Thunders are sweet. Some decent swirls on there. Free Finger Bag Company, Doth's Leather Sacks. Oh, man. It wouldn't even be made of leather. We still call it that, though. I'm down. Whoa, where'd it go? Alexander, those CD2s are awesome and quite valuable. Oh, are they? I've got... maybe I don't have a whole lot anymore. My buddy and I went kind of nuts when they came out. Maybe a dozen between us, but I'm not sure how many I have anymore. Millie, what's in the main compartment? Is that a cooler? Yeah, so that one is the Commander cooler that you're talking about. This is the normal Commander. I was going to just jam some discs in here. This one has a little bit lower zipper on the front. The one that I did have up that you're talking about, it has a much higher zipper. And yeah, it's got a cooler off to the side. And there's a 6-pack in it. There's just enough room over the top of those cans that I could lay cans down horizontal next to it, or fit in an ice pack, something like that. It's lightly insulated. This is a cheap cooler. I mean, I'm no expert on the type of material inside coolers, but I've gone through a number of soft coolers recently, and I have been trying some out for work. They sit in my truck all day, so they get super hot. And just by feeling this is super cheap Walmart cooler material. But it's cool because it matches in color, and that has Velcro attachments on the front, the bottom, and the back. So I can attach it to the bag in different spots. I've got it pushed all the way to the side, but if I wanted, I could pull it to the middle. So it's a cool fit. Alexander, no. Cobia. You had it right one time. Okay, so when I looked at the first explanation of it, I didn't say it, but what made sense in my hand was cow. C-O-W. And now you're saying it's more of an H instead of a W. Co instead of cow. I'm trying, guys. Alex, can you put on the BP1V3 as well? How tall are you? You're worried if the bags will fit. You're 6'5". I mean, it depends where you want the bag to fit. Like, how low do you want it to sit? You know, I'm 6 foot. BP, I don't have the BP 1v3. That's sold. It's gone. Sorry, I can't put it on. Cobia fan. By the way, your bag vids are great and very appreciated. Though your destroyer video was the tits. Can I say that word? Yeah, sure. It settled so many local arguments. I'm looking forward to more videos like it. Thanks. I appreciate it. Matt, thanks, man. Looking forward to the review. Oh, I'm getting behind on chat, guys. Savage Tech 25G Kickstarter. Sure. Took the divider out. Yeah. Jackson, thanks. How wide it was? I'm not sure what you're... Oh, you're the one that asked me to put it on. P35XL. Yeah, I looked at some of the P3... I looked at some of that series. Never shot one. Disc Golf Valley. I have, but I don't. Hellcat. I've not shot a Hellcat either. Yeah, I know some people are sour on Springfield. We're not going to get into that kind of stuff here. John, I have a custom Carlton on the way. Can you try it on if you still have yours? I do not. I don't have my Carlton anymore. Alexander, do you think a lot of casual or intermediate players are hindered by carrying too many discs? I carry an end of a $40 shoulder bag that holds 12 discs and play 800 plus rated rounds. I mean, more discs don't make you a better player. Like if your goal is to be a good player as fast as possible, owning more discs is not the way to go. Disc Golf Nerd in the chat. Yo, hey, what's happening? Super orange. Yeah, I got two. They're both super orange. That was the only color they had available when I ordered. I don't mind it. I like the orange. I just wish I had one of the bags was a different color, so they were easier to differentiate. Matt, you ready for a $600 Yeti disc golf back? No, I'm not. 5N509 compact tactical and FD with apex striker and curved trigger. Nice. Very good. Yeah, I got the 509T, but I pulled the barrel out of it because I just didn't want the extra length and threading there. And put on a, what's it called? Trijicon RMR. Sep, turning into a fashion show, putting on bags. I know that's not a complaint. Jackson, thanks, Doth. I love your reviews. Thanks, I appreciate that. Disc Golf Nerd, how many bags do you own total? I'm trying to sell 2 right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 disc golf bags in here. Or I own 9 right now, which is too many. Way too many. I will be buying a bag later this year or early next year. I love the channel. True, appreciate your reviews. I can't get enough. Thanks, Will. That's a awesome compliment. I appreciate that. I gotta sit down. My knees. My poor knees. Alex, you're doing a great job on this channel. Please keep it up. I believe you will get a lot of followers. Good vibes. Hey, I appreciate that. Thanks, Alex. Those bags are handy when hunting. Yeah. When the disc golf course is like in a heavily forested area and it's that time of year, it's the right color to have on. Like for real, that fuzzy caterpillar. Caterpillar is ready for a good time on the course and off the course. Fuzzy caterpillar, always good time. Matt, maybe I missed it since I joined late, but can we have a quick what's in your bag? My bag is halfway empty right now, but no, we didn't do that. Talked about recording it in the bag, which I do intend to do. I don't want to get fully sidetracked on going through everything that's in my bag right now, but I do intend to make a video on that. John, by the way, I love your reviews. I've literally watched them over and over. Good stuff, man. Keep the content coming. Thanks, John. I appreciate that. Littlest Things. What state are you in? I'm in Utah. Holosun circle dot will change your life. Yeah, I've been toying with the idea of what to put on an AR build that I have. So Holosun is definitely a name that I recognize. Was this channel started for your search of the perfect disc golf bag? This channel was started because I couldn't find good information on pound bags. I bought an Octothorpe, and like the lack of information that was out there, I just saw an opportunity to fill it, and I made a video about the Octo Hall. Octothorpe. Yeah, it was an Octothorpe that I had first, and it kind of just went from there. My channel probably never would have gotten a whole lot of views just by the way that I was doing some bag reviews at that time. It wasn't like awesome content, but it was decent for those folks, nerdy enough. That video that I made on the destroyers, it kind of just blew up. Like it's got like 50,000 views now. That like single thing has kind of driven the popularity of my channel. Just the way like YouTube algorithms work and stuff, it's really weird. But if you have something that's driving views, it can elevate all of your other content. I'd been streaming a little bit at that time. I play Escape from Tarkov. It's like my favorite game of all time, and I streamed it a bit on Twitch, and so I kind of had like camera and mic set up and whatnot, even though it was pretty low quality back then. I kind of had everything I needed to make a review, so I just did it. Alexander, are you not a fan of carts? I have mixed feelings on carts. I've owned a couple different Zuka carts. I've owned a couple different jogging strollers. I was definitely that guy with like coolers on jogging strollers, and then just like other people's equipment getting on my jogging stroller, and moved on to Zukas and tried a couple different ones there. I own a Rovic right now. I would be doing cart review stuff, but it's a little bit hard to do in the space that I've got. I've not quite figured that out. I need a different mic setup. I need a different camera setup, and then I can take this whole rig outdoors and start reviewing carts. I definitely would like to do that. Disc Golf Nerd, definitely post an in the bag. I'd be curious. Thanks. Yeah, I will do it. Doth filling holes. Yes. Thanks, Sep. That is like, I don't know. I've never seen it distilled into so few words, but doth filling holes is like one of the most basic things that drives me. Mike, do you feel like compared to dynamic disc bags, Prodigy really got the players' concerns answered better than DD did? I'm not well enough versed in the different DD bags to answer that question, but I'm very impressed with the Prodigy BP1V3. I think it's an awesome bag. It's laid out well. Durability concerns are there, but I like the weight and everything. Alex, hell yeah, EFT is awesome. Dude, I've been playing EFT for... Hell, I've been around for a long time. I've been around through a lot of shenanigans in EFT. I want to say 2016. I might be wrong, but yeah, I've played EFT for a long time. It's sick. Sep, you still Twitch stream? I do not. Is it also Doth? Yeah, same name. That's where the name came from. Was from my online gaming accounts. Yep, it's Doth Savic on Twitch. And no, I don't stream. You can probably pull some old VODs if you want to watch me play Escape from Tarkov, but you better have some patience. I'm a slow player. It's not highlight. It's not exciting. I'm not a good shooter. Johnny, have you considered the Osprey day bags? I've never owned an Osprey bag. Just got the Daylight, and it's the perfect for shorter outings or all-day urban carry. I've heard good things about Osprey. I've seen their stuff in some stores and checked it out a bit, but I've never owned one. Milla Dooms. Ever seen the Big Heiser bag company Ergo 2? My wife uses one, and it's a neat old school bag. I've not. Alexander, your destroyer video has been shared on Reddit a lot. More info about mold variances will get more views. Yeah, I know that it would, and I actually think that's what first made me think of pulling streams like this. I have a second camera which is not set up right now, but I can set it up on my testing station and actually, talk to you guys like I am now, and then switch to that camera or go partial screen and whatnot, and start stacking discs over there and show how I measure them. The height of the dome, the curve of the wing, all that stuff. I think it'd be a fun way to check out. Like, I think some people would enjoy being around as I'm in the process of gathering the data, rather than just seeing the final product. But I don't want to do those videos if I can't show them fly. Like, I'm not interested in watching a video about discs when I can't see them fly, and I think that's the case for most people as well. The right way to do it is to be able to show them fly, and I gotta spend $2 to $3 grand to do that how I want. So it's not coming soon, but hopefully I'll get there. Disc golf nerd carts are tough to film indoors, that's for sure. Yeah. Somebody recommended that I just do it B-roll style. I've been experimenting with more B-roll footage, and I could definitely do that. I could take the cart out. I could get enough, angles and whatnot that's showing it all off, and then I could come sit in here and basically do a voiceover and like cut in that footage and whatnot. I'm not sold on that idea, but it is a possibility. Matt, by the way, love your videos and bag reviews. Not sure what mics you're using, but the audio quality is great. Very relaxing to watch and listen to. Look forward to each one. Keep up the great work. Matt, that's awesome. Thank you. I've gone through a couple different mics. I was using a Blue Yeti there for a while, and now I went with a shotgun style mic, and it's honestly still not to my satisfaction. It's a Sennheiser, I forget the model, I can't see it. But one of my buddies is an audio engineer, and he's been helping me figure out how to do the post-processing better. So I'm getting to a point that I don't know. The more I learn about audio and the closer that I listen to my own stuff, the more frustrated I get with it not being exactly where I want. But I appreciate your compliment. My dog's starting to whine. I gotta open my door. Drink water, girl. So to improve the audio, I've gone as far as actually moving my PC outside of my room. I bought a bunch of longer cables, and that's cut down on fan noise, which you can hear in the background probably, just because I've opened my door. You're hearing the fan noise from my PC that's outside and around the corner. Flesher, is there anything you can do to fix the foam compression with gear bag straps? No. Not mitigating it, but reversing or fixing it? No. I don't know. Not unless you're willing to sew. You could cut them open, pull the foam out, put new foam in, sew them closed. Or in the case of Pound, the straps are removable so you can pull them off. Oh, I'm getting behind on chat again. You guys are awesome. Thanks everybody for coming to hang out. Alex, love to play EFT. Would love to play an EFT raid with you sometimes. Oh, I'm totally down. I'll send you a DM with my username. Yeah. I love it. That would be an awesome way to hang out. We should do it. What are your thoughts on the Golf Mahal? I've never used one. I have a friend in Texas who did offer to send one to me so I could check it out. And at that time I was just like, dude, I don't want to review a bag that's out of production. And yeah, I've got a Rebel V4 sitting here, queued up, ready to start being carried around. So I don't know, maybe I could ask him if he still has the Mahal around and would be willing to send it over. Sep, 50K views with Destroyer video. I'm going to guess, did it pay for the 8 Destroyers you bought? Well, you can't monetize a YouTube channel until there's like a number of benchmarks you have to cross, and one of those, well, multiple of them I didn't meet at that time. So for a huge percentage of those views, I got no ad revenue. Disc Golf Nerd got to run. Take it easy and keep up the solid content. Cheers. Awesome. Thanks for stopping by. If you guys aren't familiar with Disc Golf Nerd, click on that name. He's got a YouTube channel as well. Go subscribe. Check some of that stuff out. Mike, which bag would you huck the furthest? Gotta know for when I really F it up. Oof. Which ball? I think Like if you really wanted to throw a bag far, I think the haul loop is going to be super key. Like, the further away the bag is from you, like if you grab it by a backpack strap, that does like increase the leverage and maybe velocity you can get on it, but it's going to be harder to control the trajectory that it flies. So a big sturdy haul loop on top, it would totally be the way to go if you're trying to huck a bag as far as possible. Data over flight. Flight's different for every arm speed. Yeah, it sure is, but I've been recording arm speed as well. And I think that, yeah, I mean, I appreciate your opinion. I really would like to get flight speed in there. Gnome Acid hopping in. Yo, how's it going, Gnome? We were actually talking about a little bit of EFT in here. We got a couple, at least one other player. Gnome is one of the guys that I found like really early on playing EFT. And if you want to see, a low-key Twitch streamer, and he does stream a lot of EFT stuff. Right now he's not been in the EFT. Of course, we're kind of in a stale spot between patches and whatnot. But yeah, check out Gnome Acid on Twitch if you wanna see some good EFT content. That's sweet to see you in here, Gnome. I'm dual streaming to YouTube and Twitch. I'm sure you would probably found it on the Twitch side. You have the same Harmon chair, best thing ever made. I don't know what kind of chair this is. I forget where I got it. Office Depot or something. Alexander, comparing all the DD3 variants or iterations would be an awesome vid. Yeah, I've done a post on those, and there is some really interesting information out there on the DD3s. Unfortunately, the cloud breakers kind of just blew up, and they're hard to get a hold of, and that sucks. I hate chasing discs like that. Except Mike Doth has a secret formula of reviewing bags and throwing them is involved, but he doesn't release all his disc reviewing all his bag reviewing tactics, at least not yet. Yeah, behind the scenes, Sepp and I have been chatting a bit, and he had an interesting idea for divulging some information about the way in which I test bags. I can't really say any more, but maybe someday you guys will figure out what we're talking about. Brendan, what other games do you play? Before EFT, I played League of Legends. I still log in and play ARAMs every once in a while. I have one of my disc golf buddies that I play some other games with. What's the Call of Duty, the big multiplayer? One of the Call of Duty games. I jump in and play with him on occasion. Littlest things. Please review the Mahal. I would love to hear your thoughts on the yoke system. Okay, I'll consider it. Tony coming back in with some solid bag knowledge. Foam compression happens because most bags use open cell foam that degrades and breaks down. Closed cell foam is more firm and doesn't break down near as much, but cost to make is much more expensive. Yeah, so Tony's probably talking about there and using the correct verbiage instead of what I do, talking about the like very soft and squishy straps versus like what I would say is like compressed. And like I'm definitely familiar with the difference between open cell foam and closed cell foam. It's a big deal in our bouldering pads, crash pads, and in the crash pad setup, you want a really soft foam on the bottom, and then you have a thin layer on top that's harder, and it helps distribute that weight out when you fall. It makes sense that the harder foam would keep its kind of shape and cushion for longer. I think that's what Tony's talking about there. Ian, I've really enjoyed your bag reviews. I've noticed a lot of lack of basket reviews for the sport, usually very surface level or published by the manufacturer, i.e. more in an advertisement than a review. I agree with you there. Baskets are expensive. That's the first thing that comes to mind. And there's definitely the opportunity for some interesting content there. And different putting styles work better on different baskets, right? Like that, yeah. I could see some really interesting content possibly available by talking about baskets and their putting, how they work with different putting styles. Wrecked to death. Is it the high front on the cooler bag that makes it look smaller overall? Every picture I've seen makes the cooler version look smaller. Yeah, I kind of see what you're getting at. You know, when I was flipping back and forth from different pictures on the DD website trying to figure out what the differences are. And, you know, of course, the zipper height on the front is a huge difference. But it really looked like there was a difference in the cut on this side panel and that one was even taller than the other. But they're really not. Again, my super wide angle camera is playing tricks and making one look different than the other. I will work with these more and figure out if there's really any differences and talk about that. But I think they're the same. I think it's a little bit of an optical illusion because no bag has this high of a cut, right? So when you see a bag that has its zipper at nearly like mid-height, you're just, you know, it makes you think of a smaller bag because most bags really do have that lower cut up front. So it's just kind of an optical illusion, but it really looks like really similar. Sep, gotta run, gotta start stuff on the DGA stream. Awesome. Thanks for stopping by, Sep. It was good to chat. Peace. Alexander, Dota over LOL. Yeah, I hear you. I've just never played Dota, so. Matt, which 3 pro disc golfers would you want to play with on your card in a tournament? Two names came to mind pretty quick, but I'm struggling to get a third. Kevin Jones, Nate Sexton. Michael Johansson. Those would be the 3. Millie, what's your favorite basket? I don't know all of my basket names. I own a DD Patriot, and it's an awesome basket. That's what I practice putt on when I get out like once a year to practice putt. Grell deck. I had the old cooler bag, the soldier bag. It was neat at first, then kind of gimmicky. Then the cooler was removed, and it was used as a regular bag. All that happened in about a week. Yeah, I hear you. And I'm curious to test this one with the cooler out and, you know, see exactly how that front high wall works. Like if it really makes it a pain to play with the discs, or if you can really, you know, convert it to that style without it causing any troubles. Tony, something else regarding waterproofing. Most material has a coating on it that makes it water resistant. Most water gets in through seams. Use a tent seam sealer, and that would really help. Yeah, I have a little kit that I use for super lightweight fabrics like tents and whatnot. It is, I've got these ripstop sort of looking fabric patches, sticky back, and I'll lay those down, and then I even go around them with seam sealer. And I've had great luck with patching stuff up in that way. Chris, I'm close to buying the Ridge V3 in cart. Yes or no? Yes. Hell yes. Uppercat. Yo, Uppercat's another buddy from playing EFT. I love this man. One time he came to my house with his friend and shot me in the face. Okay, so he's describing content from playing EFT. That didn't happen like in real life, but it is a true story. Ian, I think I saw a comment on your AX4 review that said you had a BX2 review planned. I recently struggled with that choice, so I think that video would definitely be helpful for those considering grip. I've never... Actually, I did buy a B-Series grip bag used with the intent of giving it to a friend, and I gave it to him. So like technically I owned one for like until I delivered it to my buddy, but otherwise I've never owned a B-Series. So maybe I misspoke, or maybe I did have plans to try a B-Series bag and I didn't follow through on it. it is like the hole remaining in the grip lineup that I haven't reviewed. So I would totally love to do that. Not sure when. I've got a bunch of other bags kind of lined up right now, so can't really promise a timeline, but I'd like to get the B series reviewed for sure. No girls on the card. Yeah, no girl's name came to mind. I'm a big Paige Pierce fan, though. I would love to play with Paige. I really like Paige Shue as well. Those are the first two that come to mind for playing with ladies. Valerie. Actually, I'd really like to play with Valerie as well. Listening to her do commentary makes me think she would be really cool to hang out with and play around. I just assumed, kind of what my mind went to is like me playing a tournament with all these pros, and I play so well, I get to, play on a card, and they're not mixed gender divisions, so I immediately went to thinking about dudes. Alex, here I am on Discord. I do not see any way to message you. My EFT name other than that is... Okay, I'm going to copy it. I got you. Cool. I'll search you out. Josh, hey Doth, great content. What's hood with you? Not much, man. Just hanging out. Open some new bags and just seeing what they're all about. So kind of surprised pleasantly that so many people have hopped in chat to talk to. So I really thought this was kind of going to be a short stream, just talking about bags to a couple of people, and here we are 2 hours in, and you guys are asking questions nonstop, so that's awesome. I'm really psyched so many people have come by to hang out. Mike, 47 watching and only 35 likes. The fuck is wrong with people? Oh, really? I hadn't even looked at that. 47 watching? Holy cow. Thanks, people. I appreciate you guys clicking and coming by for a look. Nice reminder. Oh, to hit likes. Yeah, I don't know how that works. I don't know how YouTube live streaming works and how they promote stuff. I'm streaming on Twitch as well, so I haven't taken a peek at that either. Mike Page could kick my any day of the year. Yeah, she's a good golfer. Yeah. It would be a pleasure to try to keep up with her, see her shot shapes, and some drives. I think I'd be close, but just look at her rating. Look at my rating. Yeah, it's not gonna. I'm like 930 rated, something like that right now. So I would get destroyed. Alexander, do you think disc collecting is going to get bigger in the years to come? So much speculation on the cloud breakers, every signature disc that gets scooped up fast. I don't know. Have not been a collector in much, so I'm not very good at speculating and how that works. I think part of the issue that's really driven stuff to sell out fast right now is how many more people are playing, because people are antsy to get outdoors and just do something, and disc golf is an awesome way to do it. And production has gone down. A lot of people are having issues making as many discs as they used to. A few factors are involved with how fast stuff is selling right now. So hard to say. Tony, keep up the good work, man. Have to bow out. Thanks for what you do for the sport. Yeah, Tony, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you bringing some knowledge. Have a good night. Kamikaze, what keyboard are you rocking? I recognize the mouse, but not the keyboard. I'm not going to pull it up and show it to you because it's dirty. It's some Razer mechanical keyboard. I honestly don't love it. I love how it feels, but it's so loud, man. Like, it doesn't work for trying to do streaming or whatever. So I love the feel of the mechanical keys, but if I was doing a lot of live stuff, I would not be using that keyboard. Nelson, disc golf is booming in every sense. Yeah, for sure. A Profit Gaming. Hey, how's it going? Yo, what's up? Doing well. Cobia, manufacturers are screwing over the pros, honestly. If they knew folks are reselling $20 discs for $200 the next day, that is how much out of the pros' pocket. Yeah, that's a complicated topic. I don't know enough about how, I don't have a whole lot to say. Edward, thanks for all the reviews. Been watching lots of your videos. Hey, thanks, Edward. I appreciate that. I'm glad you're liking the content. Growdeck, I like the 511 bag review. Looking forward to other 511 full bag review and hopefully day packs like that. Yeah, I've got another 511 bag behind me. I haven't opened up. It just came in today as well. I can open that box, crack it open if you're curious to see. It's a Rush 72, I think. Matt, my dream card to play with would be Simon Lizotte, Jeremy Colling, James Conrad. Yeah, I'm not sure why Simon didn't pop into my mind. I was really not picking people for... I was picking people for their personality, and saying that, Simon is one of my favorite personalities. I really enjoy a lot of Jeremy Colling's commentary, but I'm not sure that's a dude that I really would want to hang out with. I shouldn't say hang out with. I'm sure he's like awesome to hang out with. I'm not sure I'd want to play around with him. Not that he'd be like rude or I've seen anything like that. I just don't think he's as personable on the course to people he doesn't know. That's my instinct. Luke, Grip has outstanding customer service, but I personally feel you get a mediocre bag in the BX2 for the price. I purchased it, and within 60 days, a rivet came out of one of the bottom baseboards. Oh, yeah, one of the hard rails? What the hell? Yeah. Okay, that makes more sense how your comment started, talking about customer service, because I'm sure they took care of you. That's a really weird problem, man. Yeah. If that was widespread, I think we would have heard more about it. Definitely expect better. You should expect better from Grip. Jariah, keep up the great work. Dothan, have a good night all. Hey, thanks. Yeah, have a good night. Brandon, I ended up getting a pound bag because of your incredibly detailed videos. Thanks so much for your awesome content. I share your stuff with all my DG friends. Thank you. I appreciate that. Uppercat, which pack do you hate the most that you own? I don't keep bags that I hate. And then Gnome coming in with a quick burn. The one with your name on it, Upper. Yeah, I actually do have a bag that has the word Upper on it. Or made by a company. Yeah, right there. Upper Park Designs. I don't hate that bag. I haven't even tested it yet, so I can't really say. The most recent bag that I own that I like the least is Innova Superhero Pack 2. It's just rough. It's a rough bag. Brandon Gregerson. Hey, my good buddy. Brandon in the chat. You see Brandon Gregerson's name in here. Some of the bags I've reviewed, Brandon has really helped out with. Well, I don't know how much he wants me to out him, but yeah, a few of the bags I reviewed are actually Brandon's. He's a good friend. I have an A-tier this weekend. Was wondering if that collared shirt is available for rent. Yeah, dude, I'll even wash it for you first. John Reed, the legend himself. Uppercut. Damn. Yeah, he felt that burn. He felt the burn from Gnome Acid. Such just straight disrespect in this chat right now. Oh my God. Low Profit Gaming. Same as Brandon. One of the reasons why I got a pound octothorpe was because of your review. Best bag ever. Appreciate it. Pound makes a great bag. John Reed, great content auth. Thanks. Appreciate it. Millie, I ordered Discraft for the store I work at. 95% of the order catalog is out of stock right now. Whoa. I just felt the ground shake beneath my feet. Is that a little earthquake, Lola? It might have just been the bus. There was a big bus that drove by. Robert, have you tried putting O-rings on the switches? Yeah, I was just talking to, I mentioned that to Gnome recently about trying O-rings on the switches. I have not tried O-rings on my switches. It can help quiet the keyboard down a little. Yeah, it stops them from bottoming out, right? Just this, yeah, the switches themselves on this keyboard are really loud, so I'm not sure it's a bottoming out problem. But yeah, that's a great tip. Alexander, apparently the rumor is pros get roughly $2 to $4 per every signature disc sold. In one of Simon's videos recently, he said how big of a percentage his income was from selling discs, I believe, and it was huge. 68%. I'm just like hazarding a guess. It was way more than I thought. Will you the McLaughlin? Will you review MVP Voyager bag? Yeah, I sure will. I've got an old Voyager up on the wall here that I've had sitting around for quite a while. I still have not loaded this up and even carried it for a round, and I've been eyeing the new Voyager bags. They are high on my list. When I just ordered these two from DD, I was choosing between those and between MVP. I sent a message to MVP asking if they wanted to work together and send me some bags for review, and there's some communication going on right now. So hopefully I will be bringing MVP reviews to you in the near future. Vogelthang, any thoughts on the Mystery Ranch Golf Mahal? Yes, you're the second person tonight to mention the Golf Mahal. I've never carried one. I have a buddy down in Texas who said he's got one and could send it to me. This was months ago. I don't know if he still does. I passed it up at the time, but maybe I will see if he's got it and give it a review. Cody, Luke Manley, bro, same thing happened to me. Rivet fell off my brand new CS2 2 months ago. Bag sold out. Still haven't gotten my replacement yet. No way. I don't understand how they could be screwing that up. Grip has made bags for so long. I don't know how they could be messing up the rivets on those rails. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. That's not cool. Daniel, where did you find the Upper Park Rebel? Kind of want to trade my Carlton for one. Somebody in one of my YouTube videos commented that they had a Rebel and used one and wanted to know if I wanted it for review, and I took them up on it. It was I paid $80, and then shipping was $50. I paid $130 for that Rebel. A, earthquake. B, bus. C, dog farting. D, all of the above. Not a dog fart. Matt, what is your favorite disc color? Pink. Mike, Def C. Oh, C, dog farting. No. The McLaughlin cool. Carlton's in stock. Yeah. Black, I had an old Voyager for 1 hour, returned it. The plastic feet on the bottom of the bag hurt my back when I wore it. Hopefully the new model has fixed that issue. Mike, Voyager versus BP1V3. You're asking us which you should buy? Or, like, I've not tested the Voyager, so I can't say. The BP1V3 impressed me. It's huge. It carries so much stuff, it's ridiculous. My phone is beeping. Durability is really my only concern on the BP1V3, but, you know, they haven't been out that long, so it's hard to say. Ever been to the UK? Asked Nelson. Nope, I've not. Daniel, maybe we can talk price if you want to sell after you review it. Which one did you ask about? Oh, the Upper Park. Yeah. $50 to ship. And that was like halfway across the country. It's so expensive to ship stuff. It's hard. Holy cow, guys. We got, there is a thing up there that tells me how many viewers. I see 55 viewers. We're 2 hours in. I can't believe so many people stopped by to hang out. That's awesome. I appreciate all you guys coming to chill. That inspires me to do some more live streams. Maybe we'll make it a little bit of a regular thing. So, I am gonna keep loading the. I'm just gonna load up this other bag. I don't know. Oops. About tossed my water there. I'm debating like whether I want to load all, now that I'm done with the review on the Ridge, if I want to, well, you guys tell me, we can decide right now. What do you want to see? What do you want me to carry next? The Rebel or one of these Commanders? I'm not sure what to do. Like I want to review that Rebel. I want to, it's going to take me whatever, a couple weeks to carry it around. And then like I kind of want to put the priority on that because then maybe I can send a message to Upper Park. I'm like, hey, I know you're coming out with the new Rebel 5. Here's the review I just made for your version 4. Would you be interested in sending me a 5 to review immediately? Miss Putz, what up, dog? How's it going, Miss Putz? Where do I know your name from, Miss Putz? Is that from comments on my YouTube videos, or have I watched yours? Or do you have a Miss Putz? I'm gonna have to look it up. Do you have a YouTube channel? Is that why I know your name? Yeah, you sure do. That's totally where I know your name from. I've checked out your channel. Oh, and it showed on my screen. I hadn't clicked that subscribe button yet, but I just did now. Oh, is your how to throw a disc 400 feet, a disc golf journey? That's the video that I know you from. Yeah, if you guys haven't checked out Miss Putz, if that name doesn't ring a bell to you, I can't say I've watched a bunch of your content, but I went through that one to the end. John Reed, you should make a post on the Disc Golf Reddit if you're going live. I would have come sooner. That's a good tip. Thanks. I will. I'll do that in the future. That makes a lot of sense. It's a pretty small subreddit, so stuff gets seen pretty easily there. Nelson, you should do a giveaway video and post about it on Reddit. You have a massive respect, credibility there. Thank you. Thank you for that compliment. I appreciate that. Yeah, I have been considering doing giveaway stuff, or even starting up, opening a Patreon and having some stuff on there. Greldeck, what would you throw for a one-disc wonder round? Kind of depends on the course. It would almost certainly be a putter. I really love throwing putters. Something like a Tour Series Z Roach, or like here's a TI Roach. I think I could do some damage with this thing for like a one disc round. Even a little bit more stable than that. Like I think the best one disc putter rounds I've ever thrown was with an Envy or a Proxy. I feel like those are cheating when doing putter rounds. I would totally throw a putter. Matt, live stream from the practice field. Yeah, I don't know if I have the technology to do that. That would be fun. Alexander, get the Doth shirt merch. Get the Doth shirt merch going online. Yeah, we could do that. Miss Putz. Is this just going to be the Slack group, but in YouTube live form? Yeah, quite possibly. Counter-Stripe Commander. Miss Putz, Commander is dope. Alex, Commander. Oh, you're voting on which one to do first, Commander then Rebel? Commander with the most beer possible. Alexander, I like your style. Cody, Rebel. Alex, well, now that you say that, Rebel. Oh, I'm behind on chat. Yeah, you're talking about how I was going to send them a message. I mean, the V5 might not be coming out for like 3 months. It might be near the end of the year, so it's not necessarily that pressing. But Daniel McDade, what up? Hey, how's it going, Daniel? Miss Putz, I have a pretty popular how to throw a 400-foot video. Oh, wow. Yeah, chat's definitely behind. Mike, I have a Ranger, so I feel the Rebel will be real similar. I think if you tried the MVP bag to see if it's dig into your bat a bit, 1 to 3 rounds, that would kick the bag off your wall real quick. Yeah, I suffer through some stuff though to give, fully in-depth reviews if I got to. Miss Putz, thanks, man. Yeah, totally. You're welcome. Zachary, yo, what's up, homie? What's up, Zach? Yeah, some of the footage that you guys will see if you watch the review video that I should have out next week for the Ridge V3. Some of that B-roll out on the course, that's going to be Zach behind the camera. We were out playing around. He hooked it up. He got some good angles. Sep, Tyler is having internet problems again. Ooh. Yeah, that's not good. Littlest things, I'm down for a Patreon. Thanks. Yeah, I'm considering it. We'll see. It's definitely something. Could help me get that camera equipment that I really want for doing some outdoor disc flight stuff. Sep, Habit would probably be my 1 disc round, assuming wind ain't insane. Yeah, the Habit's so straight. It's great. I think that I would have issues like getting as many different flights out of the Habit. Like the Habit is just great straight, but if I need to, dogleg left or dogleg right, I want the ability to have a little bit more stable putter and throw it forehand. And I couldn't do that with the Habit. Millie Doom. Envy is easy mode for sure. Yeah, Envy is such a great disc. Nelson, I literally get accused of cheating all the time with the Envy putter rounds. They call it a fairway putter. I like that. Matt agrees. He wants some Doth Savage t-shirts going. Old guy disc golf. What's up, Doth? Hey, what's up, man? I haven't seen you in a bit. I don't know if it's maybe been a while since you've put out any videos or if they haven't popped high enough. But yeah, another YouTube guy in here. If you guys haven't seen that name, Old Guy Disc Golf, you should click on it, or I don't know if it'll pull up. Search on YouTube, whatever. He's got some cool videos. I enjoy going back and watching. I think I've watched every video you've put out. Again, unless you've done some recently that haven't popped up, I haven't seen them perhaps. But Nelson, ever tried a Matrix? I have one in Electron. It's like a longer Envy. I did have a Matrix for a while. I didn't throw it a whole bunch, and then I traded it to Zach. I don't have one anymore. Stove Y. Watch your Octahall review. Yours is so sweet. Thanks. Yeah, I love it. I really like the color combo on that Octahall. On the Octahall. I think you pushed me over the edge. I've been spending way too long in the bag customizer. Oh, I hear you. Yeah. It's so fun. Like the problem is, as soon as you place that order, there's going to be like this hole in your normal like day-to-day workflow, where there used to be like 30 minutes here, 30 minutes there, an hour later on that you would just spend in the bag builder. And after you place that order, you're going to find yourself just like, I don't know what to do right now, because it's time that you would have been spending in the bag builder. And maybe you'll just go back and start building more bags, even though you've ordered one. Black. The Doth Savick t-shirt's got to look like your current outfit. Just saying. Thanks. Yeah, they'd probably be bright. John Reed, love the stash. Thank you. Old guy, been a while. Getting on it again soon. Thanks for the shout out. Yeah, for sure. What's on your mind? What are you thinking your next vid might be about? You got any new discs you've been trying out, or what's up? FYI, so loving the Fossa Skinny 2 bag. Perfect for my needs. That's great to hear. Yeah, I remember seeing your comment that you'd picked one up, and I've been seeing some out there too. Like it's such a cool bag. After doing the review on the Fossa Skinny, I reached out and let them know. I was like, hey, I did this review. There's like getting this many views or whatever of your bag, and then that opened a dialogue, and turns out Parker's like super cool, and we've been chatting a fair bit. I lent my Skinny 2 to my friend. I was like, hey, you gotta check this out. and then I started, you know, testing carrying another bag, and later he was, or oh, we did a bag swap actually. He let me borrow the Guru so that I could test and review it, and I gave him the Skinny because I had just finished reviewing it. And when I was done with the Guru and gave it back, it was like, you know, not sure. He was like, yeah, this is a really cool bag. I was like, oh, you want it? You want to buy the Skinny? So I like made him a sweet deal on the Skinny. So I had lost it. And then talking with Parker, I was like, hey, this happened. Like, you know, I kind of owed my buddy because he let me borrow, you know, his bag to do a review. And I was like, is there any chance you can hook me up? And Parker is like, yeah. And he sent me a bag. So I've got the one in gray up there. I haven't got it out yet, but I'm psyched that I still have the Skinny too. And that I got to hook my buddy up who I owed. So Nelson, Das Havoc approved badges to sew on bags would be cool. Badges, patches, pins. Those are some good ideas, guys. I like it. I definitely can make something like that happen, for sure. Sep, I was wondering how you obtained a gray one. Yeah, that's actually the first bag that I got hooked up with. It didn't affect my review because it was after the fact, you know. With the Ridge V3, I got that one, you know, sent to me free straight up front. So I don't know. I made a disclaimer and stuff in the video, so being open, letting everybody know about it. So trying to remain unbiased even when getting hooked up with stuff. Definitely something I strive to be able to do. So Sep City Doth Savick approved. Millie, I glue patches on my bag. I would definitely get a patch. He does the filling. I'll be right back, guys. I gotta take a leak. Mute. All right, I relieved myself. I washed my hands, I promise. You can see they're like a little bit wet. I combed my mustache and I got a drink. So I'm good. I'm good for like another 2 hours. No problem. Daniel, any more news about the company that wanted your input in the design process? Yeah, it's ongoing. No news. No news about it. It's going to be a while. Nelson, best understable fairway in your bag, go. Discmania FD. Hands down. Which I've honestly been throwing like less and less. I think that, like, it's weird. I've never had this happen before, but the different putters and mids that I've been throwing are creeping in on my what I used to throw the FD for. And the only thing I can attribute to that is improvements in form. and the holes that I'm playing. Like on the courses where a 350, 360 foot turnover shot is what I used to use FDs for, and now it's too long of a disc, so I'm cranking mids out there instead. And on the holes that are substantially longer than that, I'm usually throwing a destroyer. It's just the courses I'm playing don't line themselves up so well for FDs, so I've been throwing them less. But hands down, that's the way to go. Littlest thing, how's the chat tonight's going? Mike, this guy's about to go pro without putting putting in Paul McBee numbers. Alexander, I'd love to see a video analyzing the destroyer molds and when they started doing the 4-bar grindings and guesstimate how many molds there are and which are better. So, yeah, if I were to do an updated video on the variation in shapes of destroyers, I would not be talking about molds at all. Other than to maybe explain what I'm about to right now, that molds are not the reason that destroyers have different shapes. In particular, like that information that I had about grind blocks and the 3 grind versus the 4 grind and patent numbers, that piece of the mold that has those scarrings in it is the least important piece of the mold. So a disc has 3 parts to the mold, okay? And this example will work fine. This is a buzz here. So if you're looking at a disc like this, and this light's totally going to screw it up. I don't know if I can, we'll try. Let me shut this light off and see if you can maybe get eyes on this. So right here is a little piece of flashing, and that's the most common point for flashing to be, is somewhere down here near the bottom. That means that there's a parting line in the mold. There's a piece of the mold that comes apart right there, okay? On this disc, there's another one right here. It's right on the nose. And if you hear somebody talking about like parting line heights on a destroyer, this is the one they're talking about, this parting line. People tend to ignore this parting line down here. The reason I'm talking about it, and that's important, is 2 parting lines means there's 3 pieces to the mold. So if there's a parting line here, that means one piece of the mold is making up the vertical sidewall and then the flat bottom. The second piece of the mold is going between this parting line and this one, and that's making the shape of the wing. The third piece of the mold is across the top. So the most 2 important ones are the ones that are on the nose going topward and then the nose going across the wing. Those are the 2 things that really change the flight of the disc. This bottom piece is like literally a right angle or maybe a slight angle to it. That's the most generic, the least important part of the mold. It's like it's just a filler. It's a filler piece, the bottom plate. And the one that has the tooling for patent numbers or grind marks is that generic bottom piece. So they could potentially mismatch and change other pieces of the mold. But the one on the bottom is the least important. And the only thing that we learned about looking at grind mark patterns and stuff like that was to identify how many bottom pieces they had, and that's just useless information. What really changes them is more complicated in how the plastic sets up. Old disc golf guy at Nelson, my old beaten champion T-Bird. I can pretty much shape any shot with it, and it still comes back. Yeah, talking about favorite understable fairways. If I was at sea level, I would probably be saying something similar rather than an FD. But up in my elevation, the FDs are sweet. Girl Deck, do you prefer the ball-like feet, the nub feet, rails, or blank on the bottom of a bag? I want blank fabric down there. That's my preference. Nelson, Leopard 3 for me. What weight on T-Bird? Matt, what are you drinking? This is a LaCroix. This is a orange flavored LaCroix. It's pretty good. I like the sparkling water. Should I send you some pints from Treehouse Brewing? Yes. I'm not drinking beer right now, but I do. I love beer. Vogel thing. Favorite shoes for disc golf? La Sportiva Akashas is my summer shoe. Mountain shoe. It's lightweight. It's breathable. It's got great traction. In the winter, depending on how cold it is and how much snow/ice, I go for a few different things, mostly waterproof stuff. Kyle, late to the party. Have you already revealed the number of bags you own? I think I counted 9 earlier. 2 impending sales. That's more than I want. I try to get rid of them pretty quick after reviewing. There's only a few that I would really have trouble getting rid of. Wrecked to death. I have to head out. Time to put my son to bed. Thanks for the shout out earlier. I'm excited for the Commander and Ridge reviews. Keep up the great content. Thanks, man. Yeah, I might have to go here soon, too. I'm starting to have trouble talking. Including the review I filmed before I went live. I'm like 3.5 hours in of just talking constantly. I'm not used to doing that. Nelson in England last week, the ultimate frisbee player who took up DG during lockdown shot 3 1,000 rated rounds in his first tournament and will become the highest rated player in the country. Yeah. Turns out people who can throw discs well can throw discs well. Matt, just get a Halo Wraith and be happy. Johnny Doth out here spreading knowledge. Yeah, I try. I try to spread the knowledge, what I can acquire. Mike, this is what the old gods would call deep knowledge. How to wash grip bags. Bought a used AX15 for $85 and I'd love to give it a good clean. I've never tried to deep clean a bag. I would be, my first thought would be go to, if you got a Rubbermaid container, a big plastic bin, something that's like close that the bag will just sit in well, warm soapy water, and use your hands and a rag. Maybe a brush. You can scrub it with a nylon bristle brush. Littlest things I'll happy since their Vermont beer your way. Excuse me. Uppercat, take pictures of the scenery when you play and show us slideshows. I can pull some pictures up for you. Are you Upper? Are you just done staring in my face? What are you trying to say? Nelson, John Reed wants to know the name of that ultimate player. Okay, it's getting late. I don't know if you guys want to see me open this other bag, but I want to see myself up. I want to open it. I want to see the bag. So I'm gonna crack it open. It's not disc golf. Where did my... Oh. Ben Davies is the name of the ultimate player who threw 3,000 rated rounds. Hashtag Spindrift for life for seltzers. I don't know what that is. Is that a brand for seltzer water? Johnny A. Rest those vocal cords, my dude. I don't gotta talk. I don't gotta talk anymore after tonight, so I just gotta explain to people what's wrong with their appliances tomorrow. We'll be good. I can rest my voice. Mike, hey man, you are a true trooper for giving us another full hour of engagement. You do it well, and I look forward to harassing you in the future. Peace. Hey, thanks, Mike. Have a good one. Yeah, hopefully I'll be doing some more streams here at some point in time. So I'll see you in the next one, I'm sure. Uppercat, I didn't say you go away. Get up a green screen and point out things. Okay. Yeah, I like where this is going. I could totally green screen it. This is like not a knife I normally use to open stuff. It's just, as the only one in the room. I'm not usually opening boxes in here. I do it out in my living room, so. Let's see what we got. So this is the 511 Rush 72 43 liter bag. So what I'm thinking of doing with this bag is not hiking with it, but replacing one of the big dump duffels that I use when I go camping, and being able to fit what I put in that duffel plus stuff that I am usually splitting out into one or two other bags, mainly being electronic stuff, solar panel, batteries for charging, and speaker, headlamps, all the different like camera, GoPro, tripods and stuff like that. Those are usually things that I split out into a couple different bags. And I thought this might be a sleek way to be able to do all of that. What the hell is going on here? I'm like just looking for the main zipper to split it open, and it's like covered by this compression strap, which holds in like this dump flap. But it's also got a little keeper over here to hold that strap in. That looks super weird to me. Sour lager or IPA? I'm IPA guy. I'll send you some Spindrift with your Treehouse Brewing pints. Life-changing seltzers. Okay, I like it. Yeah, I'm down. I would drink that. Luke, I live by Vail, Colorado, and definitely have some local courses worth traveling up for, not to mention great hiking trails. If you ever come this way, let's get around it. Yeah, for like the last 3 summers in a row, I've been trying to do a Colorado trip. Part of what stopped me is not like immediately knowing where to go camp, and that's really how I want to do it. I haven't quite figured out which of the mountain courses there are dog friendly or not. I feel like I saw at least one. Their dogs are not allowed, and that's pretty much what I need to like make my trip around is my dog. So I'd definitely be looking for a remote spot to camp. Like if that's on your radar, then you have some beta on a good spot to camp that's in proximity to a few courses. I would love to hear it. That would be awesome. Yeah, and I'd love to meet up and have somebody show me the way through some of those courses. That would be sick. I'd appreciate that, Luke. Growl deck almost looks like that dump area is for a bike helmet. Yeah, it is, but like a tactical helmet, not a bike helmet. It's definitely a helmet sort of spot. There's a I got another helmet compartment add-on bag thing over there. See, I think this main compartment is more than big enough to carry all the stuff that I normally have in that duffel, which is clothes and different layers and jackets and whatnot. I like the look of this bigger pouch down here at the bottom for some compartmentalization, a big mesh zip on top, and then 3 zips on the front flap. What's this? This has got to be for sunglasses. Yeah, eyewear compartment. Kind of weird. 511 does that a lot though. I don't know. People must like it. One little pocket across the top front. The extra divider there and here. Like these, 511 goes nuts with like pockets on pockets, inside of pockets, with more pockets and storage. And when you add that many layers of fabric, like it gets heavy. Like this thing is heavy empty. And I don't think they prioritize enough having some more streamlined compartments just to get rid of weight. But that's not really what I'm looking for with this bag, as it's like a car camping bag for it's gear storage. It's not something I'm gonna put on and go and tend to go hiking like crazy. So I don't know, the extra weight on that doesn't really bug me. Nico, I'm from Telluride, Colorado. Plenty of BLM and national forest to camp at, and a few great courses nearby that are dog friendly. Like Luke said, if you're there, feel free to reach out for beta. Thanks, Nico. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm no stranger to looking at satellite imagery and trying to get overlays for BLM boundaries and whatnot. But if you've done a lot of that before, you know it's kind of hard, like just from satellite imagery, to like tell what back roads really have the best camping. And that can be a little bit of a frustrating thing, you know, if I'm driving like 5 to 7 hours or whatever, and then just have to roam about to try to find a spot to camp can be a little bit rough. Luke says Breckenridge and Dillon are very dog friendly. Some great local camping areas. Can verify some spots and let you know. Signing off, take care. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, Luke. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'd be psyched for get any of that information. All right, guys, I'm winding down. It's time for me to move on with my evening. It's after 8 here. I haven't cooked dinner yet. This is a great success in my eyes. I didn't expect so many people to stop by anywhere near that. So thanks so much for stopping by, having a look, just lurking, and everybody that's commented as well. It's awesome to hear from all of you. So I will catch you